Dr. Folorunsho, please, if you can hear me, please unmute. Okay.
Uh, Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, and it's a pleasure to be here once more. So, your colleagues have done wonderfully well to the presentation earlier. So, I will everything they've said, and I'll just add mine to it in maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and we'll be done with them. I will be speaking on how to become a clean energy expert, and don't mind this face. This is actually not my real face. My real face is actually a little camera, right? Okay, so that's just a joke, by the way. So at the end of my presentation, would have understood the basic the name which Engineer Bala has dealt much about. I'll just give a summary, and also you also understand them, which he has also talked about. But I'll give us highlight how to become a clean energy. To also answer some questions of the moderator that I asked earlier. Those in energy, yes, you have more space places in clean energy than you can. Also dealt well by answering the question in policy formulations. Yes, other than in policy formulations, you also have more places. You have about being certified and using our own in-house developed learning management system that helps certifies you in clean energy. So to get started, so by my I don't know aspects of clean energy in the nearest future, and that nearest future is actually now, because you have the Apple headquarters, and this headquarters by circumference is 1.4. That tells us. So let's just say from General Hospital till the Navy barracks. I'm giving an illustration of offer. I think that's around 1.7 coverage of a building like that, and the entire building is being powered 100% solar energy. Please, can you? Hello,
Yes, we
am I
can hear
being
you, sir.
heard? Okay,
Yes, you
thank you
can.
very much.
Yes, we can.
So imagine large circumference where the entire structure is being powered by energy. And as if this is not enough, please look at these four pictures to be used. These are stadiums to be used for the 2020 in Qatar coming up later this year. And these four stadiums are state of the art. Percent they are running on solar. Solar means renewable energy, green energy, no emission whatsoever from this stadium or from this stadium. So take for instance generating set. Can you quantify the amount of can you quantify the amount of energy that of fossil energy? You won't be able to also quantify the amount of depleted to the currently depleting or already depleted condition. So you see that the world, it's no longer the future, it's something with us now. You will also see all form renewable energy, which means that the required to fly the aircraft has been pulled off, and the only thing you have on that aircraft now energy, solar panels. These are just few applications of energy systems that are trying to change the way things are being done generally about what the future of renewable energy will be. So, and the rest, that tells us that in the next 10 to 20 years to come, the need, the drive for renewable practitioners, I think you can think of just the way AI is making the waves now. A time making the waves will be renewable engineers. So how do we ensure time comes, which now is the time we are prepared to pick up the jobs that all what we'll be talking about today, which means how do we become certified to be able to fill in the space. So before I proceed, I'll just like to make some recap of it. Basically, we know we have energy from electricity in specific chargers and the rest like that. And the reason we go around these chargers just to make sure we charge our get because the current available energy is not there. So anytime you see, you just want to harvest one these other sources of energy, starting from the gas turbine, the thermal coal, and the nuclear plant. That are hydro. Agreed, it is a form of renewable, but you will see take for instance that we are currently passing through, especially in the local jar axis of the country. Yeah, yes, starting from Kenji axis down to Shiroro, Jeba, and the rest. This the Shiroro Dam could no longer hold this water because the water is becoming or has become too much. So the only release the water, and that in turn led to heavy flooding in our various communities. So that may be that the other fossil types or other sources of energy, which is the coal, the nuclear plants, the gas turbine, are common have consequences on our environment. So be it pollution, public health issues, are currently experiencing in the war between Russia effects, and also the non-flexibility of nature. Nature is more or less like not being, it cannot change to basing on the current nature of what is happening. That way it can adapt is to comply with the current state, which is deploration environment. So these are challenges we have with fossil-based energy sources. So in order to go for a renewable energy, and that the energy renewable but not clean. But what emphasis now is that it should be renewable and it must be clean. So for us to have the sources should be readily available. It should be easy to store and also transcend to more or less like zero or almost zero emission. And we must also have us to what we say, understanding the fundamentals of clean energy. Basically, we know as we have been, and it must be what? It must be renewable and it must be clean in the sense that all energy sources must not be available in this, which means ozone layer, proliferation of the ozone layer, and anything about the environment must be eliminated. And that's the basis of renewable. advantages will rise from decarbonization of the environment, leads to cost sent into something that is economical or commercial viable, which means that it helps you in saving economical and national security, thereby making it to adopt in our system. So some of this will include biomass, thermal, wind, and solar, and thereabouts. But our emphasis the purest and cleanest form of energy, solar, not return back anything into the environment. So emphasis and what renewable. So solar energy systems, as we know, and has been uh, in earlier, means that you must be able, or you will have from the sun energy down to electric energy, which are the PV systems, and from this choose to convert it to AC, or you use it via DC, and also that the energy harvested can also be stored for future use. Take for instance, roof, it goes to a storage system, and from the storage system you could actually use for all your energy system and all the grid. In such system where you sell or you just use standalone, you don't give the remnant grid where other persons can use. Such system is known as off grid, and the grid system is a system. Take for instance, if Summit is being connected to the entire grid, what you use there is the remnants. Now in such system you have the on-grid type of system, and it could be hybrid or solar energy, and as well you also receive the grid and the remnants to the grid. Such in such system we call it the hybrid. So our main topic point of discussion, remember I said senior colleagues have said earlier, and I always spend like thoughts about my own subject of the. Let's look at it now from this point of view. You want to become certified, basics we've said. So for you to become an expert or become certified, it means that even one, the knowledge of the various types of clean energy systems, starting from to the renewable type of system, you need to have fundamental knowledge about it. These fundamentals or these various components of the clean and renewable that we have defined uses, you need to have fundamentals or good knowledge about become a clean energy expert. I have highlighted them in three good fundamentals of our discussion today. So the first is the education. There's a basic prerequisite in science background. So having education in science background means that you peoples of maybe semiconductor devices, you must have basic understanding of basic electronics. So which means that background, you must have a bachelor's degree suited in engineering, and also you must have master's degree, and ultimately become an expert in, maybe probably you are in academics, to become an expert in that subject matter. But your degrees must be in line with renewable. It does not compose. It is not 100% compulsory that experts you must have degrees related to engineering. No, to engineering, but your degrees may be related to all the aspects that surround. Now, what are the aspects that surrounds the renewable and clean energy? That will lead us to say about the skills. The skills required for you to become a renewable energy. One, the technical, which has to do with the hands-on, which means that you are a or a consultant in terms of renewable energy, which means that you a renewable energy system from ground zero to ground 100%. As a technician, you should, or you are able to carry out installation from the to the battery system and to you connecting it to the grid or to the users. These are management and administrative aspects. This has to do with big scale project management for you to be able to manage projects. Now, the moderator asked a question. We, those in social sciences, do they have a place uh, in renewable energy? Yes, you have a place, and those places emanate from one, being able to do good, understand the policies as it surrounds clean energy, and also being able to manage projects as being able to carry out data analytics on renewable energy systems. So what are the various types we carried out on renewable energy system? It starts from you even understanding the amount of energy radiation from the sun, usage of energy. Take for instance, you would have heard plenty persons saying, I'll speak in Yoruba in this instance. Ó sọ wípé ó máa gbé on and the rest. Bongbata install your Kogbe, which means that the technician that installed the system had told the owner that this system I have installed for you has the capability to carry two ACs, one refrigerator. But at the end of the day, the system does not work as they have specified. This is because one, the user does not have the understanding and the skills. But if a data analytics come inside or a data analyst comes now, the data analyst the load usage of the house and being able to do data forecast to say, okay, if your pattern is like this, even if you have installed a 200 kilowatt system, it doesn't mean being a 200 watt kilo system will give you 200 watts 100% all the time. There's something called peak and off peak period. So these are skills that are required. And ultimately, in addition to the before you can say you have 100% a clean energy or a renewable energy expert, you need to take some certification and professional courses. This will come in form of degree programs, certification programs, and various certification courses. There are 1001 so for us, just picking up as undergraduate students wanting to go into our 5 years, 4 years career in school, it will be nice for us to start our journey into the world of clean and renewable energy by taking online. So for the purpose of this presentation, we have one that has been developed in-house to give you the full details of what is required about the certification and all you require to know about clean and renewable energy at our level. So permit me to share. Just going to on this, and I am going to share my screen. I hope we can see my screen now. So this is, hello, can you still hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
And hope I am not too fast, please.
No, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you very much. So this is the learning management system. So at the end of this, if you take this course, what you get at the end of the day is that you become certified mental and the prerequisite knowledge about clean energy. So what are the modules? When I mean modules, what are the various things you will learn in this particular course? And that will say, okay, you've been clean and what renewable energy system. So the title of the course is Introduction to Clean Energy. So a portal will be created for you. So let me go back to my slide. So from the slide, you will see there are two ways to log in. You could log in via a cohort, meaning that for you by virtue of you being a Summit University student, or you just go online to www.aiforesee.my/my and you log in to create your own account. So your account, this is what you get to see. This is sorry this is what you get to see when you create your own account. So you log. The title of the course, just as I said earlier, is Introduction to Clean Energy, and it has 5 basic modules, which is more or less like 5 chapters for you to take. So to uh, electricity and grid system. So in this particular module, it covers majority of what Engineer Jubri presented to us. So it defines the process of electricity generation, the various classes of electricity, also helps you to differentiate the various types of grid system. And in this also, you can also be able to understand how you design your own small pico grid system. So in the second module, you get to understand what renewable and clean energy is all about. So take, for instance, the entire session of today is covered by the module 2 of the course, which has to tell us about the fundamentals of renewable energy, how energy is generated, the technologies, and differentiates between the various form of energy storage systems. And in module 3, you understand the basic solar energy for homes. So if you take this course, basically this particular module, you will be able to say, okay, in my small house at home, I can be able to design a solar energy system. And you will also be able to install this, not only design, you will be able to say, okay, I need 200 watts of solar panel. I need 1.5 1.5 kilowatt inverter. I need 30 amps charge controller, and I need 100 ampere hour battery to be able to power my devices. So you get to understand the technologies, the configuration 100%, and you will be able to install this. And in the fourth system and the fourth module, you will also be able to understand the smart solar energy system. What is smart? Meaning that what are the available controllers that have been embedded to improve the solar energy systems. While in the fifth module, you will understand what is meant by sustainability, which has to do with you being able to manage your solar system effectively for distribution system, how you can monitor the entire process even remotely. So what's the good thing and the big deal? Do I just take this course and say, okay, I have the knowledge? No. Other than having this knowledge, at the end of the day of you taking this course, you are being presented with a certificate that is tenable anywhere, because this project is actually funded by the Royal Academy of Engineer, and you can tender your certificate anywhere in the world to say, I have the fundamental knowledge about solar based system. And that's your number one step of becoming a certified clean energy expert. So, on this note, I want to say a very big thank you to the organizers of this event, and thank you for finding me worthy to be part of you this morning. So, I'll take any questions if you have any. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Dr. Tolia Folorunsho has been able to discuss with us on how you can become a clean energy expert, and he has also taken us through how to take the modules on the website. And like he said, the modules are certified by the Royal Academy of Engineers, so it's a very valid certification for you.
الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحان الله